This is Gamble Quest, where we discuss all things gambling, poker, blackjack, roulette, dice. It doesn't matter. If you're gambling on it, we discussing it. Let's go on this journey together as we educate ourselves on the gambling world. What's up, everybody? This is Emmanuel at Gamble Quest. Gamble Quest is a YouTube and podcast channel. And today we're going to be interviewing Floyd. I met Floyd at Hard Rock. He introduced himself to me, and we spoke about the business he was in, the life insurance business, helping people get life insurance and take care of their future. Um, our first thing I want to say is, Floyd, thank you for taking time out your busy schedule, bro, and interviewing with me, man. I really do appreciate this. I really do, bro.
Shit, that's the least I could do. You took time out your busy schedule to sit down and hear my business. I mean, I'm a guy about reciprocal.
Yeah,
You scratch my back, I scratch. Now I ain't gonna scratch your back, literally.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I mean, you took the opportunity. We met at the poker table. You
yeah,
didn't know me left from right. You took the time out of your day to hear me out
yes,
and did business with me, bro. That's the least I can do. Like
for sure,
I'm not that type of individual, man. Like,
definitely,
that I was raised treat people how you want to be treated,
definitely,
And
definitely.
yeah, and then plus you talking about poker, that I'm actually about to head there after we meet get on here. So,
Okay, okay. Well, hey, I ain't gonna take too much of your
oh,
time,
you
bro.
good, you good.
Hey, Floyd. Well, the first thing I'm gonna ask you, Floyd, where are you from, and what's your earliest memories of gambling?
Um, well, I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri.
Hmm.
And my earliest memories of gambling probably is with my brother.
Hmm.
My brother, that nigga been gambling. He's a professional comedian, so he got a lot of money.
Hmm.
And I mean, I man, my family been really at the casino, man, since I've known them. Like when I turned 21, I was playing craps and roulette, and I mean, I wasn't winning no big money, but I win a little something from time to time. But that got me into that environment of, oh, okay, you want to make a little come up. I always looked at it as if I leave the casino with the same amount or more than what I came in, I don't care if it's $5. It was a good day. I didn't lose no money. That's how I look at it. So I used to go shoot craps. I'll win, a couple $100 here and there, and then, you know, and then I got into playing roulette. I would win a couple thousand from time to time. Um, I never forget this one time, bro. Is
Tell me about it.
you know you know you know how the roulette table they have the they got the board that keeps track of the last number they hit.
Yes.
So man, I was living in Massachusetts at the times, and so I was at Foxwoods. And man, I was downstairs playing poker, bro. I'm talking about getting my ass handed to me, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so frustrated. I think I had got down to I had a $25 chip, bro. I said, man, fuck poker. Y'all ain't getting no more of my money. So I went upstairs at that time with my ex who was there, and she was playing roulette. So I was like, all right, let me walk over to her table, see what's going on. And I'm looking to see what the last number that hit on her table, right? So I'm walking and I see the number black. I see 24. I'm like, okay, 24 just hit on her table. Bro, I swear to you, as I got closer to her table, 24 wasn't on the board anymore. And they hadn't spun the ball again.
Mm.
So I'm like, well, damn, I was a little further back. Maybe I looked at it at the roulette table ahead of her. So I might have been tripping. So I looked back at the roulette table. It wasn't on 24. I looked at the other roulette table. It wasn't no 24. I'm like, bro, I know I'm not tripping. I
You think
said,
that's gonna
oh
be that's a
shit.
sign? It might have been a sign to you.
I said, oh shit. You ever seen the movie Final Destination?
Yes.
How on the clock they were showing the numbers and stuff, and it kind of faded out and faded in.
I
I
don't remember
said,
that part.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I said, thank you, God. I said, that's a malfunction. That bitch about to hit 24. I know I seen 24. So, dude, I walked straight up to her table and I put my $25 chip down on 24. And she was like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, what you mean? I done already lost damn near $1,000. What the fuck is $25? It's either I'm gonna hit big or I'm gonna go home broke.
Yeah.
And everybody at the table was looking at me like, oh shit, this dude on something. So everybody started putting their money on 24. Dog, that motherfucker spun that damn ball. Ding, 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 ding. Black 24. Whoa!
Dang.
Nigga, I came up like $800. And then from there, I went from $25. I walked out with over $2,000.
That's crazy. So like you was down your last $25?
I was down to my last $25, dog.
Jeez. So bro, tell me this. Do you think it was a sign or do you think the game is rigged?
Both.
Because
The game is automatically rigged, but it was just a sign. It was a malfunction. The number, I knew I wasn't tripping. The number 24 was up on that damn board. And then it disappeared.
Dang.
So I said, oh, that's the next number that's about to hit.
Yeah.
And that bitch came up.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's one of those gambling moments,
Yeah.
one of those gambling moments you could never forget because I was shocked. I was like, damn, that shit is real. Like, yeah, they got that stuff programmed, man.
Bro, kudos to you for even paying attention though and not being so frustrated that you just out of your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's one thing I learned. I learned that through sports. Hey, it ain't over till I ain't got no more money in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just even I think a little bit before I met you, when I was playing PLO.
Mm-hmm.
I was down to $35.
Mm-hmm.
Went all in. Everybody on the table called.
Mm-hmm.
I won. I went from 35 to over 200, and from there, I walked out with damn near $3,000. From 35 down to my last $35. So you can't get frustrated because it's like life. When adversity strikes, okay, until you dead or until the situation is over, man, you gotta fight. You gotta fight until it's done. I get that from sports. I've just always been a non-quit type of person. Like, I made it. I was in the NFL. Everyone, doubted me. But I knew that I was going to the NFL because God showed me a vision of it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I just put in the work to make sure that my dreams came true. So it's all about, and I think that's the part of gambling. To me, gambling is like life. Any business owner, any successful person, they had to take a gamble either on themselves or they had to take a gamble on an opportunity, on an investment or whatever it is for them to make a come up. People that don't make it in life successfully financially, it's because they're afraid to gamble. They're afraid to take that chance. And I look at gambling as a life lesson. Like, sometimes, I mean, how many times sometimes you be at the poker table and you be like, man, I want to fucking call. I know it's gonna hit, but man, I didn't just work too hard and I just got enough money and I don't want to lose all my money. And then you don't call, and then you would have won a big ass hand. And then the next time it come around, now you like, okay, I'm a call, and then you lose everything.
Lose, yeah.
You got you just to me, you just got to know sometimes it's like, man, you just go all in. It's like, man, go big or go home, man. It's like now sometimes you just know, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all have this one, but it hurt when you see that you could have won $1,000 just because you was afraid to call. But sometimes you got to know when to call and when to fold them. So that's poker. You know, but I look at it as life is. Sometimes you got to know when to take that chance, and even I look at gambling is okay. The money that I'm spending that I'm willing to lose is not going to put me in poverty. It's not going to get my car well, my car paid off, but if I did have a car note, it wouldn't get my car repossessed. I won't go hungry.
Yeah.
So if I lose it, I'm gonna get it back. That's the mindset I have. I'm gonna get it back. I mean, because if you play poker, you done lost thousands of dollars.
Definitely.
But you done also came up on thousands of dollars. So, I mean, if you look at money as just a tool that can always be replaced, I think that's when I got that. That's when I stopped living in fear of loss of money, because I knew with either my poker skills or with my business that I have, or with me in business with my brother, I'm gonna get that money back tenfold. So even if I lose on the tape, okay, I lost 1,500. All right, I need to go write a policy and make that shit back. So I'm not in fear of losing money. And it's crazy, bro. Since I've had that mentality, I've actually had more money come my way.
Just not being afraid.
Yeah, not being afraid.
Not being able, not being afraid to lose. You know what I mean? I know we all go in the mentality we want to win. You know what I mean? But sometimes, even myself, sometimes I play not to lose. You see what I'm saying? I play not to lose, and I should just be playing my game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you lose. When you playing not to lose. When you play free spirit, like last week. Whew. Dude, let's see. I went last week. My wife told me that she needed $2,000 to get some stuff done on her truck. And I said, okay. So I had some free time. And I said, okay, I'm gonna go up here for 2 hours. And I'm gonna take $600 and I'm gonna just, see if I come up. If I could get $1,000 of that $2,000, I'm Gucci. I'll be good. My nigga, Wednesday in 2 hours, I walked out with $3,000. Then I went back again on Friday and walked away with another $2,500. And then went back again Saturday and then gave him back $2,000.
hey, Floyd, I'm about to say, but do you ever lose?
I lose. I lose.
But no, but bro, tell me your mentality, your strategy behind the cards you played in PLO. Because I met you playing PLO. PLO is a 4 cards. You get 4 cards. You know what I mean? What's your strategy behind playing the cards? Do you read books? Do you watch videos? Do you study the game? What do you do before you come to the table? What's your strategy?
So man, let me tell you how I even got started in PLO. Cause I was always just a regular Hold'em guy. You know, that's all I ever known. I played 1-2, and I used to think 1-2 was the shit. And then I started making a little bit more money. So I started to move up to 2-5. And I'm like, okay, you can make a little bit more money at 2-5, but it was still kind of slow pace like 1-2. So my homeboy that I used to play poker with a lot in Massachusetts, he was like, man, you ever did PLO? I was like, nah, what's that? So he explained, man, there's 4 cards you get and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, huh. I said, I don't know. He warned me. He said, look, he said, if you play, there's 2 dangers involved. You're going to get addicted and you have a chance of losing a lot of money, but you also have a chance of winning a lot of money. I said, oh, okay. I was like, whatever. So one day I was in Detroit waiting on a 1-2 game, and they had PLO. They had an open seat. They didn't have an open seat for 1-2. So I played the PLO, and I was nervous because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
That's understandable.
I went on YouTube. I learned a lot, most of my stuff off of YouTube. So I had a hand and I folded. And then I realized at the end, shit, I would have won that hand, not even knowing. And that pot was like $600-700 in one hand. It was like the first hand I had sat down with. I said, okay, let me study this game. Let me learn it. So I would get on YouTube and type in PLO cash games, and I will literally, you know how we do, if we taking that number 2 and we chilling, and I'm sitting on the phone, and man, I'm studying PLO videos late at night. I'm studying. Like my wife, she said it's interesting that most people get on YouTube or Facebook and they just watch entertainment. I get on to researching things that is going to make me money.
Definitely.
So I'm studying the game. And basically what I just realized, nigga, if you don't have nothing, absolutely nothing, if you don't have trips, if you don't have 2 pair, if you don't have a multiple combination of a straight or flush draw along with what, like, I'm folding. You damn near in PLO, you better think that you got the nuts, or okay, I got trips, but I have the opportunity, if this flush come, I got the nut flush, or I got a high flush draw. So regardless, I should be good, especially if I got top trip, especially if I got top trip, or I may have trips, but then I have an opportunity of also getting a full house with the flush. So I'm like, oh shit, I got a lot of combinations. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
But if I got a pair and I got 2 pair and that's it, and it also depends on the bet. If the bet is 30, 40, I still might call it just to see if I gain. But them motherfuckers talking about pot and it's 200-300 and I fold. I wait. I fold. I'm not playing on the hand. I'll pay to see the flop, and depending on how high the now don't use this. Now I know I can't play with you on the table now because I'm telling you my secrets.
Yeah. Okay.
but if the flop is raised pretty high pre-flop, the only way I'm calling is if I have just an astronomical top 2 pair or double suited. Even if the top 2 pair, it needs to be double suited. PLO single suited, you're damn near hanging yourself out to dry. Like it has to be double suit. Like say, or I think my favorite hands is like if I get like ace king jack, but ace jack is suited and king king ace of suit. It's double suited,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also the sequential of a possible straight draw.
Mm-hmm.
You got you got a pair of kings already, so you
Mm-hmm.
already in a decent shape. And then if you already got an ace in your hand, you have a pot. Because for some reason, man, aces hit the board a lot
It seemed that way, don't it?
in PLO, dog.
It definitely seemed that way.
Man, it's like, damn, is there more aces in the deck? Like, it seemed like, and then every time you got a king, here gonna that bitch ace. She wanna bring her ass out right on the river to just
Yeah.
kill your spirit. You know, I don't know what it is, but I I really don't like I really honestly I've lost more money on kings. I've lost more money on kings than any pocket suit.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't like kings, but I'll play them because I know they still a pretty premier hand. But
Mm-hmm.
kings is scary because it just seemed like every time I got the damn kings, a fucking ace come out.
Okay. So for how long have you actually been playing the game of PLO? Because I know you say you started off in Hold'em. How long have you been playing PLO?
Um, hmm. Realistically, probably what's this? This is this May,
Mm-hmm.
so that's already 5 months. Honestly, bro, it probably hasn't even been a full year.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
yeah.
So you
I literally got started probably in the. No, I take that back. It's probably been close about a year. About a year. It ain't been long. It ain't been long at all.
okay.
Nope.
Okay. I've been playing for like a year and a half.
Uh-huh.
But I'm always learning, man. When I sit down at the table, I'm always learning something. I'm always trying to pay attention. I'm always remembering the hands I lost. So I can try to, come back and do something different. Um,
That's okay. That's a mistake.
mhm,
You gotta forget.
mhm,
Because when you remember hands that you lost,
mhm,
then when you see that same kind of sequence come up again,
mhm,
you try to play it differently based on how you played it before.
mhm,
And most of the time, it don't ever work out.
mhm,
You got I all it's like football. That play is over.
mhm.
Move on to the next play.
Yeah.
Because it don't work out. Like I'll have let's say I'll have a hand. I won't call. Would have won the pot.
Mhm,
The very next hand, I get the same hand.
mm,
Then I'll be like, you know what? It gotta work this time. Last time I had the same exact hand, I didn't call. This time I'm
mhm,
gonna call. Then I call, I lose my fucking money.
mm,
It's timing.
mhm,
You got to get it at that time when it was supposed to have happened.
mhm,
I've seen that happen to me a
mhm.
lot of times, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop doing that. It's like, hey, this hand is gonna be played differently. It's it's,
Okay.
it's not it's not because I might have got the same cards, but
Mhm.
everybody else did.
Yeah.
So the board is gonna wind up being different, even though I got the same exact hand
Okay.
as the hand before.
Floyd, tell me, do you have a in your recent, sessions that you've been playing, what's the most memorable hand that you played? The hand that like, man, I really got lucky or I really got unlucky. You know what I mean? What was the most win or loss? What was the most memorable hand you played in your last few sessions?
Man, so I'm gonna tell you about the losses.
Yeah.
So I was in Connecticut. I was in Foxwoods again, and I was up. I was up 3 grand.
uh,
We was matter of fact, they came and tapped me on my shoulder because I was on a must move table.
mhm,
So So they had already dealt the hand, so I was already in the hand. So they was like, okay, after you get through whatever you're doing, you got to go to the next table. Me and my brother was about to leave anyway, so I was like, whatever. I'm about to. I'll probably go over there for 5 minutes, blah blah, and I'm out. So I got dealt queen queen 8-10. Yeah, I got dealt queen 8-10.
Mm-hmm.
Suited heart and spade.
Mm-hmm. Double suited.
Double suited.
Okay.
Flop comes out queen 3-3. Ooh. I didn't bolt it up.
You licking your chops.
Oh man, I didn't bolt it up. And I'm still and reckon I'm still stacking chips from the hand before because I had won a big hand that got me up to the $3,000. So I raised $250. The guy next to me, he calls, and then the other guy, he goes all in. He only had like $400 or $500 total.
Mm-hmm.
So I made the mistake. I put like $1,000 worth of chips in because I was trying to push the other guy out.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't say pot or raise. I just put the $1,000 of chip, and she just called because she was like, it was a call. You didn't say pot or raise. Mm. So she just put in the 500. So the guy next to me, he called. The turn comes out a 3. So I'm like, okay. So then I'm like, man, let me get this dude off. All in. He snap calls. This motherfucker, she put out 3 threes on the board.
Yeah.
He had 1 3 in his hand. He cleaned me out $3,000.
One hand.
In one hand. You talking about sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I said, fuck that. I'm getting my money back. Mm-hmm. Went back the next day, came out with $3,000.
Nice.
Now I was still sick.
Yeah.
Because I said I should have walked away with $6,000.
Yeah.
But I was still happy that I got my $3,000 back.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's just unlucky. He hit another 3.
Oh, then another time, I was at the Hard Rock. I had Queen Jack. I can't remember what the other 2 cards was.
Mm-hmm. You had went out for a little bit, Floyd. Repeat the hand you talking about now.
I had Queen Jack, and I can't remember what the other 2 cards was, but they were suited. Flop comes out 10, 9, 10, 9, 8 of hearts.
Okay, so you got it straight.
I got it straight. Mm-hmm. No. I'm lying. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. The flop came out Queen Jack 10. Okay. But it came out Queen Jack 10 of hearts. Mm-hmm. I had Queen Jack in my hand. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay. So I checked. The lady on the side, she raised it to like $60. I'm like, okay. She got a flush. The other guy, he called. I'm like, okay, he might have a flush or he might got a straight. Mm-hmm. He just called. I called. Mm-hmm. The turn came out jack.
So you got a full house right now.
I got a full house. Mm-hmm. So now I raised to 200. She calls. He calls, and then the jack that came out was a heart. So now it was 4 hearts on the board. So now when she called, I'm like, I know she got the ace flush. I don't know what the fuck he calling for. The river came out. I don't know what the hell the river was. So the river comes out. I raised it to like $600. She folds. He repots it. I'm like, oh, he got the ace high flush. I went all in. He calls. This nigga flopped a straight flush.
Jeez. Yeah.
And she did have the ace high flush.
Yeah.
He flopped the straight flush.
Yeah. So you drawing dead.
I'm drawing dead.
Yeah.
But luckily, even though I think that hand I had lost like $1,500. I still had like afterwards, I still had like $600, and I still wound up walking away with like $2,500 at the end of the night. So he didn't completely wipe me out, but he stung me. Yeah, he stung. I'm like, damn, I couldn't even be mad. I said, hey, nigga, that was a hell of a hand. You flopped a straight flush. Yeah, I can't even be mad at you.
Right. So, Floyd, it seems like you don't get too discouraged when you lose. It seems like as long as you got some money in front of you, it seems like your mentality. Me sometimes, man, I'm like, dang, man, I got lucky, man. Forget this. I just finna just throw the rest of this money in. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like your mentality is, okay, I got some money in front of me. Let's work with what we got. Yeah.
I'm still alive. If think about it, man. If you got $25 in front of you and you go all in and everybody call, you done just came up $200. Then you do it again. Yeah. Before you know it, you can turn that $200 to $1,000 to $2,000. As long as you got money on the table, you're still alive. Yeah. So I just wait on the next opportunity to see if I could still not have. Because see, I notice a lot of times people have like they'll start out with 500, they'll get down to 100, and then before they even lose all their money, they'll put another 400 or 500 out on the table to make sure that they stay at that 400 or 500 of chip stack. Me, I don't do that. I'm like, shit, I'm spending. And I'm working with because I don't want to have to. My philosophy, whatever I start with, I got money, I got reserve in my pocket, but I'm trying not to go in my reserve.
Go in your reserve, understandable.
So if I'm down to $20, I ain't putting no more money back on that table till that $20 is gone.
Okay, that's
your strategy. I'm gonna try to see if I can come back up from that $20, and then at the end of the night, if I do come up, I'm like, look, I came up more because I didn't have to still use my other 300 or 900, whatever I have reserved. So I really came out more on top because I didn't have to use the upfront money to get the earns that I got.
Gotcha.
And you can't. You're right. I try to keep. I'm a real just. I'm a peaceful person until I have to not be peaceful. So when I'm playing poker, it's the same mindset that I have to have, because when you get on tilt and you get frustrated, that's when you make bad decisions.
You're right.
And you could have came up even if you got stung and you lost $1,000. Well, shit, be happy. You still got 400 in front of you. You can still do some damage with 400. You just got to come back, because then I'm looking at it. Okay, well, if I lost 1,000 and I got 4, as long as I can fight to get that 1,000 back, now I'm gone. Now I'm gone. Yeah. Because now you stay any longer, that's when you're gonna get your head bust, because now you're being greedy. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't done that. I had to learn the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
Where I was down, I got my damn money back, and instead of me just being like, okay, you know what, I got my money back, I'm up. Let me go ahead and leave. I stay and try to see if I can get some more. Then I get my head busted and I'm walking out dusted and disgusted.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times, yeah, if I lose a hand, a big hand, as long as I got money on the table, okay, let's fight. Let's be
Fight, yeah.
patient.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to wait for the hand to come to us
Mm-hmm.
to where we can try to make that move to make that come up.
Definitely. Definitely. Man, Floyd, man, you giving me some good thoughts with my mentality, you know what I mean? Cause it seems like it's more of a, even outside of skill and studying, it seems like a mentality. It's a mentality game too. You know what I mean? Mental. It's a lot of mental that goes in the game also, along with the strategy.
That's
You know what
why
I mean?
that's why people that has like you have to have a calm type of demeanor about you because also you got to realize, bro, people at that table are watching you.
Mm-hmm.
They're watching little things because they're watching little things that you do. When you lose a hand,
Mm-hmm.
nigga, you can't show that. You can't show that emotion
Mm-hmm.
because it's a tilt to give people, or to give people that edge on. Oh yeah, he ain't got that hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember he do this when he kind of frustrated when, oh yeah, I got him.
Mm-hmm.
Like people watching, they watching
Mm-hmm.
every little thing, every little tale that you could get. So that's why that's why when I play poker, I don't talk. I listen to my music, don't bother me. I'm in my zone. Now I'll talk a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
the only reason I said something to you
Mm-hmm.
was because when you had seen me looking at that dealer like he was crazy because he was tripping.
Yeah.
And you made that comment, and I saw you look at it, and I had to say something then. It was just obvious. It was funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. That day, bro, he just kept screwing up.
dude, I don't even know how the hell he became a dealer. He's still like that, bro. He's still every time when he get on, I'll be like, I really don't even want to play. I just want to sit out for 30 minutes.
The way you was looking,
Man.
because you was like you say, you was over there quiet, calm,
Yeah.
and dude just kept messing up, and you looking like,
Yeah.
like what the fuck
Yeah.
going
That's
on?
exactly what I was saying in my
Yeah,
head. Like, you
yeah.
idiot. Like, how the hell do you even got this job, man? Like, what is going on?
So Floyd, I just want to I'm gonna ask you a word. I'm gonna say something, and you just tell me kind of like this is the new thing I'm trying to do with my guests. I'm gonna say something, and you say the first word that comes to your mind.
I don't know if you want that, bro.
All right. I'm gonna start off. St. Louis.
Man, hood.
Good. Okay. Family.
Questionable.
Questionable.
I mean, besides my wife and so
All right.
now, because there is distant family and immediate family. Which family
Yes.
you talking about?
Just the first thing that come to your mind. You said questionable.
Yeah, I mean, that's now. I mean,
Yeah.
I love family. Don't get me
Hmm.
wrong. I
Hmm.
love family. It's just my dynamic has changed because most of the family that were real close that made it a family, they no longer here. So
Okay.
it's just different.
Definitely. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Poker.
Adrenaline rush.
Family rush. Okay. Um, Hard Rock.
Shit. 24/7 access.
Yeah, okay. Okay. But hey, well, Floyd, man, thank you for taking time out your day, bro. Man, I really do appreciate it, bro. And man, you gave me a lot to think about as far as mentality, you know what I mean? And I know that my mentality got to get better. You know what I mean? That's that's the weakest part of my game is my mentality. But I'm definitely gonna take what you said, bro, and
Now,
I'm
when
gonna
you
try to apply it to my. Mhm.
well when you say that, what do you mean by that?
I get emotional when things are not going my way at the table, and I tend to not play my game. Uh, I do things that I know I shouldn't be doing, and I do it anyway just because I'm trying to rush and get my money back instead of just like you said, taking your time and fighting back. You know what I'm saying?
What okay, when you're at the table, do you just stare at the table in the cards, or what do you do to occupy your mind while you're at the table?
I'll be on my phone sometimes. I'll be on my phone, but I'm not really on my phone because I'm trying to pay attention. So I'm just looking at my phone, just looking at certain stuff, but I'm really not looking at my phone because I'm trying to pay attention to the players at the table and stuff like that at the same time too. So really just I'm just paying attention to the table in the game mostly.
That's so you're getting bored.
Mm,
That's what it is.
mm,
See, I'll scroll on my phone, but very, very few. But I listen, I have one headphone in, I listen to music.
mm,
The music kind of preoccupies my mind.
mm,
And then like tonight, like I'm going because the playoff game is on.
mm,
So if I'm not in the hand, I'm watching the game. I'm being entertained by the game. And then if
mm,
I'm in the hand, I'm focusing on the game. So I mean, I'm focused. If I'm in the hand, I'm focusing on the hand.
mm,
So I'm being patient because I'm like, okay, look, I came here to watch the game, so I want to play poker long enough from the beginning to the end of the game. So I have to be patient and let the game come to me. I'm not in a rush.
mm,
And that's my mind because you're right. When I a lot of times when I know that I'm on a set time, if the cards ain't coming my way, I play horrible because I'm trying to make something happen because I know I'm only going to be here for a certain period of time. Poker
mm,
don't work that way.
mm,
And only unless, like, I remember a couple, this was about 2, 3 weeks ago. I kid you not, bro. Matter of fact, I had a flight to catch,
mm,
and I woke up late. So I didn't get to the casino to 3. I had to leave the casino at 4 to make it to the airport in time to do what I had to do in order for me to board and catch my flight. So I really only had an hour to play.
mm,
So I wasn't gonna play reckless in an hour. It was like
mm,
either I was gonna come up a couple hundred or break even, and I was just gonna leave. I was just stalling time.
mm.
My nigga, I bullshit you not. As soon as I sat down for 30 minutes, I won every hand and wound up walking away with $2,000 in an hour.
Wow, wow,
So I
wow.
didn't have to force, I didn't have
Mm,
to rush it.
mm.
The cards was coming to me. I was like, and everybody was looking like, think I've been here all night. You sit there. Shit, it didn't happen to me before. I'd be
Yeah.
here sometime, man, 3, 4 hours can't
Mm.
like you ever been at the table where even when you folded, you still went at one in the hand.
Yeah, I had plenty of days like that.
Yeah, I be
Can't hit
like,
nothing.
can't hit nothing.
Yeah.
And then some day, like that day, man, my first 30 minutes, I could not. I remember one time, and sometimes I feel it, bro. Like I honestly, sometimes I feel it in my spirit. Because also, man, you sometimes the table it feeds off your energy that you bringing in too.
Mm.
And man, I had just came from the John Maxwell and getting my certification to do speaking arrangements and
Mm.
but it was way more than that. It was more spiritual enlightening. And man, I was just filled with the spirit, man. I was just enlightened and filled with the spirit. And I had went to Maryland. I
Mm.
in Baltimore. So I had went to Baltimore live.
Mm.
This was 1-3.
Mm.
Matter of fact, I wasn't even playing PLO then. My dude, I sat down at that 1-3 table. My first hand, I got dealt trip sixes.
Mm.
I won $300 in my first hand. I never lost a hand the whole time. I walked away with almost $4,000 in one three.
Nice. So
You,
what was your biggest win?
my biggest win in poker in one setting,
Mm-hmm.
yes, it's probably like 45. Yeah,
45.
4,500.
That's a good night, boy. That's a good night, there.
Yeah,
That's a good night, man.
yeah, yeah. I done done it a couple times. I done done
Yeah,
it a couple times, but I didn't lost.
for
I didn't,
sure.
I didn't lost a lot of money
Yeah,
too.
yeah. It go both ways.
It
It go
go
both
both
ways.
ways.
People, a lot of people like to talk about all the wins, but there's losses that come in there too.
I you when you asked me that question, did I talk about the wins or I talked about the
You talked
losses?
about the losses,
I
yeah,
talked about the losses.
yeah,
I'm gonna be realistic about it. I
yeah,
mean, shit, the wins gonna come, but them
yeah,
losses, they're more memorable than the wins.
yeah. I
They
think
because
they,
they
they hurt.
stick
They
with you.
hurt
They
more. They
hurt.
hurt.
Yeah, they
They
hurt. They
hurt more.
sting.
Yo,
Yeah, so
when you win it, okay, cool. I don't want it.
yeah.
Boom. But the one thing too I noticed too is like when I'm winning, when I had a good night, a good day, it's like when I come back that next day, it seems like I have a bad day. You know what I mean? It seems like I don't know if I'm riding a high and I think I'm better than what I am. But
It
the game of
it
poker will humble
depends.
you. It'll
It
humble you.
depends. I've
Yeah.
had like I said last week, 2 days back to back.
Mm-hmm.
I had one almost 3 grand.
Mm-hmm.
And then I couldn't sit my ass down and went back the third day thinking, okay, it's gonna be again. And they stung my ass.
Yeah.
So, sometimes it do or like I said, I lost the three
Uh,
and then I went back and got another three. So really in the actuality, I really came up six. I mean,
mm-hmm.
if you look at it in that, even though I
Mm-hmm.
lost it in one hand,
Mm-hmm.
but the cards were coming my way to where I really had enough cards to where if I would have just played it a little smarter, I would
Mm-hmm.
have walked away with 6 grand.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends. It
Yeah.
depends.
Well, you heard. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for taking time out your day, bro. And man, good luck tonight, bro. And hey, I hope you knock him in the head tonight, bro.
For sure, for sure.
And
ain't no hope. See,
yeah, hey,
ain't no hope.
okay,
It's the way you think. You
for sure.
regardless where they have, I'm going in there expecting to bust them upside their damn head.
That's
Matter of
right.
fact, matter of fact, when I leave, if you see a text message come through, then you know
Uh,
what happened.
oh, and Floyd also too, and kind of just shout out your business and your company and what you do.
Good looks, good looks. So man, shout out to my wife and I, Black Dynasty, also AKA with the franchise, Primerica Financial Services. Basically, what we do is we own a financial firm and we teach the importance of having life insurance, especially in the Black community. We're tired of seeing our people who do and GoFundMe's. So if you're looking for life insurance, you see my shirt, got life insurance,
Mhm,
especially if you got kids, reach out
mhm,
to your boy. If you need help for investing, for retirement,
mhm.
reach out to your boy. If you're looking to make an average of $150,000 minimum a year to create generational wealth, we also hire people and we're looking for more individuals that is just looking to stop working for other people and build legacies so we can start passing down to the next generation. So
Well,
you get
what can they reach you at?
they can reach me my telephone is 314-393-8360. You can also reach me on Facebook. My name is Floyd Black. Um, I'm not on LinkedIn or none of that. Yeah,
Mhm.
just reach out Facebook and my telephone. Email address is black the color primerica PRIMERICA at gmail.com. That's the email that I can be reached.
For
But
sure.
hey man, it's nothing like having the freedom of being able to play poker
Yeah,
on your own time and not have someone else control your time. And that's what we're looking for, is to give back to those who want that, and we work together and stop fighting against each other.
for sure. All right, Floyd. See
All
you,
right,
my
my man.
brother.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Let's do this again, fam.
Yes, sir. Definitely, definitely. Hey, we definitely gonna get number two because I got a lot more questions to ask you.
Okay, definitely.